WWE WrestleMania 40 in Philly, Philadelphia, April 6th and 7th. Yeah, that's a little preview right there. Because there's so many great matches these 2 nights. You can check it out on Peacock. It's at Lincoln Financial Field. Probably going to set records. They always do. This is like a huge event. This is the Super Bowl, even bigger, the World Cup. It's amazing what WWE's created. This man has risen, has just grinded and made his way to top level. Tremendous at the Royal Rumble. Now he's getting ready for a one-on-one with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Thank you so much, LA Knight. Yeah. What does this WrestleMania mean to you? And just matching up with AJ Styles.
Man, it's big. I mean, especially if you just look in the last year, where things were and where things have come. It's a pretty crazy turn of events to consider everything in that context. So to look at the fact that it's me and AJ one-on-one at the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania, that's a big one. That big round number, that 40. And here we are in Philadelphia, only a couple hours up from where I'm from, originally in Maryland. That's pretty wild. And to have friends and family and everybody's going to be there in attendance to see everything. I mean, you couldn't really have a much better scenario. Some people would say that this took a long time. I'd be the first to say this took way too long. But in the same token, in a weird way, it's right on time.
Well, LA Knight, also, when you say something like that, does it make it even more special? Because you work so hard, grind it so hard that it just didn't come to you right away. Obviously, it would have been nice if that happened, but does it feel a little more special for you because of that, or not really?
No, yeah, I think it does. And because I look back at a lot of those struggles with some level of fondness, where it's like, man, I really did all that. I really went through all that. I didn't stop. I didn't let myself get distracted with, other silliness or even the thought of quitting or going back. If I'm honest, some of it might have been the fact that I had people in my family and in my ear telling me that I should probably quit. And in a weird way, maybe that was one of the biggest pushers for me to not quit. Like if I had people telling me, keep going, you're doing great, maybe then I'd have doubted myself. I don't know, because I can be a bit of a contrarian from time to time. So who knows? But at the same time, yeah, there was a lot of me that just could not stop. I could not quit. I could not go backwards or look back. And so to think about all the stuff that I put myself through, that other people or entities put me through, being broke, not having a car, not being able to pay my rent, sleeping in a car, whatever it was. And to now just keep pushing and get myself to this level and this day coming up. Yeah, that's really damn special, as opposed to if I would have been able to just walk right in and they would have opened the door for me and been like, here you go, buddy, enjoy. So yeah, it's very special in that light.
And I think too, a lot of it, hey, in any athlete, any person, any field, that the negativity, when someone says you can't do it or you shouldn't do it or stop doing it, that does lends itself inside somebody that has that passion and wants something. That brings it out of them when someone's being negative and you're like, you know what, I'm going to take that to fuel the fire even more.
If you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to find a way to prove to you that I can. I can't help myself. And I've never been a good quitter. I can even think, this is such a silly example of it, but I remember this so vividly. It was one of my friend's birthdays. I was in middle school and we were playing kickball. We were getting our asses kicked. I mean, we were probably losing like 13-1 or something like that. I mean, it was a ridiculous score. My whole team quit. I'm not exaggerating. It was just me rolling the ball and fielding the ball because I refused to quit. And maybe that's stupid on my part. Again, that's just something in me. I don't know how to stop that. I don't know how to quit, because I feel like there's always a chance that somehow you can find a way to win, succeed, and go beyond whatever level you're at and whatever you're doing in that moment.
Hey, too bad there's no professional kickball leagues. Come on, man. You're
hey,
the
look,
man.
I played today. How fun is kickball? I haven't played kickball in like 30 years, and I'd probably still do that.
Hey, you mentioned, I love this
You can't
part.
hear all
You
these lawnmowers outside here, can you? This is getting ridiculous. All of a sudden, everybody showed up.
I did. You mentioned family, friends, and everybody, and I'm phoning from Hagerstown, Maryland. So I'm wondering, do you have like 3 busloads of people coming over? What is it gonna be like? They're all gonna be traveling there.
There's a lot. When I put in my ticket requests, I was like, wait, how many? All right. So yeah, it's a lot of people. But I mean, you got to look at a lot of factors here. You're looking at the fact that it's my first, and it's so close to home. So it's kind of the perfect storm in that regard. So yeah, there's going to be a lot, and I mean, I know friends from LA who are even flying in as well. So I mean, there's a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of energy coming in that direction. So it's going to be a big night.
And this has been so cool. Royal Rumble, that's not far from where you are. Tampa, St. Pete, Tropicana Field, huge crowd. You're in the main event. You're looking across, you got Champ Roman Reigns, head of the table. You got Randy Orton, AJ Styles. I mean, those 3 right there are going to be Hall of Famer. You're
And the
working
crazy
your way into
thing
the
is, if I
ladder.
could just come out here and go a little toot toot for a minute, a lot of people would say that was my match. I think I shined in that match. If I can just go ahead and say it myself.
And well, that's what I want to get to. How did you feel just being in that moment and saying, yeah, I belong now? This is where I belong.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of people just wondering, and maybe even sometimes a little bit inside myself. That's just like, ah, man, do I really belong here? And I think a night like that just proves, hell yeah. Not only do I belong here, but I thrive here.
And now you got AJ one-on-one at WrestleMania, biggest stage, WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, and it's just going to be a tremendous event. What is it like? You proved your abilities, your standout, how just what you've been able to do. AJ, time and time again, has proved it. What a great competitor, what a great wrestler in the ring. Are we looking at, hey, show-stealing match?
Man, look, I don't want to throw those kind of predictions out there. You never know, and I don't want to promise anything like that. But AJ's a stud. I'm a stud. There's a lot of tension going into this match. There's a lot of animosity. There's a lot of energy going into this match. So for damn sure, it could be, as the kids say, a banger. And will it be a show stealer? I don't know. Maybe we'll let history decide that one. But you can bet your ass it's going to be a good one.
And it's been really good because it's been a story that's been building. It's just not like putting 2 wrestlers, 2 superstars together. This thing has been building up, building up, building up, and now you have it at
Way back to
WrestleMania.
September, if you look at it.
How far gone it's been. It's just amazing to see that storyline. I like that about WWE when they're able to do that and have that storyline go, and you guys are able to build on something like that. For you as a superstar, as a pro wrestler, as a performer, just how much does that mean to you when you could take a story and an angle and build it up like that? Because you've been doing this for a while, so you know the different ways things could go.
Man, you really I love for things to make sense. And so for something to take its time like this and progress and make sense, that's a big thing. But on top of that, also it's just making the absolute most of whatever time you got. Do I have only 30 seconds to be on TV this week, or do I have 5 minutes? Doesn't matter. If I have whatever amount of time I have, I'm going to squeeze the most amount of juice out of that moment that I can. And I think that that's what I've been doing. AJ, I'm sure, has been doing the same thing. And we're trying to make the most of this as we go into it. And WrestleMania, then, whatever time we get there, whether we get 2 minutes or we get an hour and 2 minutes, we are going to squeeze the juice out of that moment. We're juicing.
Here's something, LA Knight. Hey, I thought this was so really cool. So I'm wondering now, so Hagerstown, Maryland, you're so big. You got to be the most famous person now from North Hagerstown High School. Go Hubs. Come on now.
That's
I would
right.
ask you about Hubs. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to ask you about Hub. I was going to say, what's a Hub? But that's all right. No. I want to say this. I want to ask you this. They give you the key to the city. They give you the key to the city. That's so cool. Did you go anywhere? Did you use that key?
Oh, I've been opening every door possible. No, it was kind of a cool thing, and it was to the point where when they first said they were going to do it, I was like, man, this feels undeserving in a weird way. Like it feels above me, I guess, in a strange way. But at the same time, I think it gives me something to rise to. It gives me something to aspire to. And I guess that, the mayor had put it in a way of like, she'd put it in the framing of, you wanted this thing, you struggled, you fought, you were relentless. And in that regard, you are an inspiration to a lot of people. And that gives me a weird feeling to say that out loud. But if that's what people see it as, and if that does provide that sort of a feeling and I guess motivation to people, then that's awesome. And in that way I accept. And again, I think it also gives me something more to aspire to. So that's amazing. And if you talk about a hub, what is a hub? Well, the reason it's because Hagerstown's the hub city. It's where all the train stations and all that kind of, like, all the trains would kind of flow into there, and kind of the circular nature, I guess, of the town and how it was all set up. It was the hub city of Maryland. And so that's where
Yeah, but I gotta, you know what? We gotta wrap this up because I know you got to get to other interviews. But when you say that, what can you wear as a mascot? What in the heck can you wear if you're a mascot, if you're a hub?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, on the back of the jackets, it was usually just a big wheel, and then there was this little soldier guy called Little High School, and that was kind of like the mascot inside the wheel. But he holds like a little musket and stuff, so I'm not sure.
Hey, 3 quick questions, and this is really quick. How are the dogs doing?
Oh, great. Actually, Herman was just peeking his head in the office here a minute ago, but they're great. Little Herman and Reese. You can follow them on Instagram. Go see them. But yeah, they're always they're my little kids.
Are you a Rocky fan?
Rocky, hell yeah, I'm a Rocky fan. Like, you're talking Rocky
Philadelphia,
Balboa.
baby. WrestleMania, Philadelphia.
Yeah, the first time I went to Philly back in 2018, I had to go find the steps and find the statue and all that stuff. Yeah.
And lastly, for you, LA Knight, yeah, I love you toward the end. Yeah, it's so great. Everyone loves that. You got something, you built on it. So great. Hey, I'm going to end it with this now. We know WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field. Hey, go kick Ed Sheeran's ass as far as breaking the attendance record. Yes, get that 80,000. LA Knight's going to be part of it. I'm saying it. You don't have to say it, LA Knight. I'll say it for you. You don't want to give any predictions. I'm going to give that prediction. You're doing that. But hey, I'm going to end it with this. Hey, what advice would LA Knight give today to Slate Randall?
Oh boy. Who's that? Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing it right. You're doing it well. Don't change a thing except keep getting better. But also, you said kick Ed Sheeran's ass. I thought you were calling AJ Styles Ed Sheeran for a second. I wasn't sure, but
no, man, he's got the record for Lincoln Financial Field now at attendance. But no, yeah. I'm not going to compare AJ to Ed Sheeran, although maybe we can after you beat him up.
Well, he's going to be singing some tunes, I'm sure, that night. A little bit of the blues. Who knows?
Yeah. LA Knight, thank you so much. All the best. Go get him at WrestleMania 40, Philly.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.